Hello and welcome to Math with Miss V. Today we are starting some geometry with classifying angles. So in this video, we will look at how to classify angles. We're looking at standard 4G1. We're focusing on right angles, right, acute, and obtuse to identify these in two-dimensional figures. So what are the parts of an angle? So we have the two rays, and the rays are the sides of an angle. Remember, the geometry definition is a portion of a line that has a starting point, but no end point. It continues on in one direction. Then we have the vertex, which is the shared endpoints of the two rays where they're joined. So we're going to look at three types of angles. An acute angle, as this is an angle that measures between 0 and 90 degrees. A right angle, this is an angle that measures exactly 90 degrees. An obtuse angle, any angles that measure between 90 and 180 degrees. Okay, so what we have on the screen is called a protractor. We use protractors to measure angles. There are two sets of numbers on a protractor depending on what direction your angle is facing. So let's look at the first angle. If we line the vertex up with the middle, and then we look, where is the 0 for the angle that's along the bottom? We can see that the 0 is the bottom or the blue numbers. So we're going to read our angle along the blue. And if we look, we can see it's between 60 and 65, I would say, or sorry, the blue, between 120, 130. I would say it's about 123 degrees. So this angle is 123 degrees. Okay. Let's look at our next angle. So we know it's acute, it's smaller than 90. So we start at the 0, we trace up to where we see the top part, and that looks to be about 49 degrees, making it an acute angle. And finally, the last angle, we can see it lines up at the 0 along the blue numbers. It points directly at the 90. So this is 90 degrees and our right angle. Okay, let's look at a few more examples. Okay, so suppose we had an 89-degree angle. Well, if we start with let's use the black numbers. So we go up to 89. We see that 89 right here is just below 90. So it's just smaller, but that still makes this an acute angle. Okay, our next one, 116. So go to 10. So 110, 115. One past would be 116 degrees. You can see that this is an obtuse angle. Okay, we have an angle that's exactly 90 right here beside the 89. When it measures exactly 90, it is a right angle. Okay, our next one, 1.5 degrees. So this, we go up to the 1 and halfway to the 2. So this is a really tiny angle, but it's still acute. Okay, the last angle measures 180 degrees. Now I know that's one that we didn't talk about, but what that means is it starts at the 0. Let's make our line a little bit brighter. Okay, so it's here at the 0, and the other ray is at the 180 mark. And so let's connect that, put our vertex in the middle. And we can see that this angle lies flat, like a line. And that's why this is called a straight angle. It makes a straight line. So as I mentioned in a previous video, you can find me on TikTok where I post word problems and solve math riddles if you just need some extra help. I will start answering questions. So if you have a question, look for me to answer it on TikTok. If you have a topic you would like for me to make a video on, you can email me. You can find this email on my YouTube page. And if you like this theme that I'm using, you can find all of the information on this slide. And I thank you for joining me and this Math with Miss B. I will see you in the future.